This is the next segment of Where the Fuck is Mr. Bacott? As I previously stated that the departure date for Mr. Bacott to end his rehabilitation services at this nursing home was December 21st, 2023. And Eunice had planned to pick him up and take him home with her because she had not located a facility that would take him because of previous things that happened with the medical records that was sent to the facility that she located, and they declined her at the last minute. On December 21st, sometime during the early afternoon hours, Eunice receives a phone call from Lady A. Lady A tells her that your father called me and he's in a van. He doesn't know where he is. He said a man is driving and taking him someplace, and he sounds confused and he sounds afraid. And Eunice hung up from talking to Lady A, and she calls her father. He still has his cell phone with him that was working at the time. Eunice is talking to her father over the phone, and she's saying, Dad, where are you? What's going on? I just got a call, and you sounded like you were in distress and you were going someplace. Where are you going? Her father explained to her that he didn't know where he was. He was in a van. A man is driving the van and taking him someplace, but the man would not say where they were taking him. He said that he was only told that he was going to a safe house. And Eunice said, a safe house? Well, how did you get out of the nursing home? And what are you doing in a van with a strange man? And all of these things. And, and she was asking, like, all these questions, like, Dad, tell me where you are now. Look out the window. What do you see? And he said, well, I think I saw the street named Clyde. I don't know where I'm going. She said, well, what's the man's name that's driving you? And he said, I don't know. She said, well, ask him. And she said she heard her father say, hey, mister, what's your name? And the reply was, I'm not allowed to tell you that. And Eunice said she heard him say that to her father. And she was like, Dad, I need to know where you are. I'm going to try and find you. And the call was disconnected. Eunice called the nursing home facility to speak to someone there. No one was available to speak to her. She went to the nursing home. The administrator wasn't there, nor was the social worker. And there was no one for her to talk to. And she said she called friends. She called, the few friends that she has in Chicago. And everybody told her to just calm down. Maybe they were taking him someplace. They were bringing him back. Nothing. The very next morning, Eunice goes to this nursing home. And her father is not there. She asked for the administrator, who was not there. She asked for the social worker, who was not there. She talked to the licensed practical nurse that worked the desk, who explained to her that your father, Mr. Bacott, he was signed out yesterday morning with his daughter. And she said, well, I'm his daughter. And she said, well, I'm his only daughter. And so who is this person that you allowed to sign my father out of this facility? I believe the licensed practical nurse stated that the social worker that works there at that facility was present as well. And she walked your father outside. And now Eunice is in a dead panic. Eunice calls the police, and she ended up having to leave the nursing home facility to go to the police department in South Holland, Illinois. At the police station, she got a police report. She made the report stating that her father is missing from the nursing home. And they gave her a report number for a missing persons report, and stated that they would go back with her, or they would send a squad car to meet her at the nursing home to gather more information. And the South Holland Police Department officers did meet Eunice at the nursing home. Once they got there, they asked the questions, they talked to the people that they could talk to, and they got very minimal information, I guess because now everybody's in a panic that somebody allowed a patient to be removed from a facility without authorization. And as I told you guys earlier, Eunice has medical power of attorney over her father. He doesn't move not unless she gives the okay. He should not be any place. He should not be missing. He should not be gone. And it is their primary responsibility to make sure that he is safe at all times. And at this time, no one knew where he was. No one, I mean, the only information that they were giving her is that he was signed out by a lady who posed as his daughter, with the social worker standing right there that walked him out of that nursing home facility to a waiting vehicle that nobody else knew about. Nobody else knew that this was happening. And at the time that he was taken, it was approximately 6 a.m. in the morning. Mind you, so basically, it's still the night staff that's working. They don't get off until approximately 8 or 9 a.m. The social worker comes to work at 9 a.m. every day. So the night staff does not necessarily know who she is. I mean, she has on a uniform, she has an ID to say, you know, show here, I'm the person who works here. But they had never really had any interactions because they've never seen her there at 6 a.m. in the morning. So at 6 a.m. in the morning, this social worker shows up and kidnaps. And yes, I said kidnap because that's what this crime is. A patient out of a nursing home with another black female who is posing as his daughter. And according to the video footage that was reviewed, there is a black female at the desk, and she keeps her back turned to the camera. You never see her face. You see the back of her head, and then you see the social worker walking out of that facility with Mr. Bacott, who is also being assisted with a cane. Welcome back to the next section of Where the Fuck is Mr. Bacott?